Hi, my name is Julian and I'm a 7th grader student at GSOTA. So recently, the weather patterns that we've been experiencing contributing to the January 2017 tornado outbreak that happened with torcons, which are issued by Dr. Greg Forbes at the Weather Channel, which means tornado chance in a radius of 50 miles where that warning is issued. We've been experiencing nines and about like the center region of Florida right there. So what caused that type of outbreak to happen with severely high chances of tornadoes, and how will the storm patterns that we've been recently experiencing contribute to this year's hurricane season, knowing that we already had 2016 hurricane season being the most active since 2012, but the most deadliest since 2008. That being that there were still a lot of storms, but they weren't as strong, which if there were stronger storms with how we had it with a pretty active season, then that could have contributed more deaths. But going on to where we start off with this big low right here, and now with global warming, how that contributes to really high temperatures, that means there's a lot of instability within the atmosphere. So we had this big low that went around and created like this deep trough that went along the southern U.S. And notice there's this area called Dixie Alley. These are southern type of tornado alleys. And then you got Tornado Alley, and which actually can expand up to here. But mainly Dixie Alley was I'm trying to think of the word, affected in that case. Usually going back in history from the 2011 outbreak where we had like 326 tornadoes within that 3-day period, and we had the Tuscaloosa tornado, and also in May when we had Joplin, Missouri tornado, EF5 monster. But going back into where we had this deep trough going in, we also had very warm, moist air that went from the Gulf, which is usually expected. But the thing that really was surprising was this was in January. Usually earlier, you still have low temperatures, even though for global warming and 2016 being the hottest year. Just getting out of 2016, we had moist air, and also the jet stream, the mid to high level jet stream, we're expanding up to 150 plus mile per hour winds. So I'll use this blue marker to represent the jet stream. We had the jet stream, you had this deep trough, you had the moist air, and you also had the dry line. And the dry line is where you have two different temperature clouds that would be like the boundary to where those clouds start, or that temperature drops. So usually dry line was around here. And usually this was the type of setup that would be met for tornado outbreaks. Tornado outbreaks mean that there's about 15 storms within a period of 3 days, I'm guessing, around that time frame. Anyways, we had that low pressure